Welcome to Movie Magic 96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews to unboxings and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. Today, we've officially reached the final chapter in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. This film has definitely been reevaluated and critiqued more heavily in recent years, so let's take another look at it and see where it truly ranks within the trilogy. Released in 2012, The Dark Knight Rises arrived 4 years after The Dark Knight and had the nearly impossible task of concluding one of the most respected superhero trilogies ever made. Christopher Nolan drew inspiration primarily from the Nightfall and No Man's Land comic storylines, blending ideas of a broken Batman and Gotham cut off from the outside world. Financially, the film was a massive success, earning $1.1 billion worldwide at the box office. Unfortunately, the film's legacy is also tied to the tragic 2012 Aurora, Colorado theater shooting, where 12 people were killed and dozens injured during a midnight screening. It remains a heartbreaking moment in movie history and one that understandably shapes how many people remember this film's release. The new cast includes, but not limited to, Anne Hathaway, stars as Selina Kyle, who is never officially called Catwoman in the film. Tom Hardy delivers a physically imposing and unforgettable performance as Bane. Marion Cotillard plays Miranda Tate, later revealed as Talia al Ghul. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays John Blake, a new character heavily inspired by Robin. Juno Temple appears in a small role as Jen, Selina Kyle's friend. The film opens with one of the most jaw-dropping sequences Nolan has ever put on screen, the CIA plane hijacking. The reveal of Bane, casually spoken, then physically unmasked, is one of the most badass villain introductions in modern blockbuster history. Anne Hathaway's introduction as Selina Kyle is equally strong. Posing as a maid at Wayne Manor during the Harvey Dent charity event, she infiltrates Bruce Wayne's safe and steals Martha Wayne's pearl necklace, immediately establishing her intelligence and agility. Her later escape after giving Bruce's fingerprints to John Daggett, only to double-cross him and outsmart the police, is phenomenal. I genuinely don't understand the discourse claiming Hathaway wasn't a good Catwoman. No one will ever top Michelle Pfeiffer, but Anne Hathaway absolutely earns her place in the role. I love Selina's suit design, especially the goggles that flip up into cat ears and the sleek masquerade mask during the ballroom scene. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's John Blake delivers one of the film's most emotional moments with his monologue to Bruce about recognizing Batman as a child. It humanizes Batman's impact in a way the trilogy hadn't done before. Alfred's early fantasy of seeing Bruce living peacefully in Florence, free from the cowl, is one of the film's most brilliant setups, and the payoff in the final moments is incredibly satisfying. One of my favorite things about Nolan's Batman is how grounded it feels. 8 years have passed, Bruce Wayne's body is broken, he walks with a cane, and the film constantly reminds us Batman is just a man. Though Tom Hardy's Bane is an absolute force. He's physically massive, menacing in every movement, and the decision to give him such a distinctive voice was a risk, but it works. His eyes alone do so much of the acting, which is impressive considering half his face is covered. I love that the trilogy begins with Ra's al Ghul and ends with Bane, a former member of the League of Shadows, who was cast out. It gives the story a strong sense of thematic closure. Fun detail I never noticed before, a young Glenn Powell appears briefly as a stock trader during the Wayne Enterprises raid. The Gotham Stock Exchange chase, with Bane and his henchmen escaping on motorcycles, rivals the bank heist from The Dark Knight. The Batplane, Nolan's futuristic aircraft, is used perfectly throughout the film, from evading police to taking on Bane's army. Batman and Bane's first confrontation is delayed until about an hour and 10 minutes in, which allows both characters to fully develop before their brutal encounter, and it absolutely pays off. The Gotham Rogues football stadium scene, filmed at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, was an unforgettable theatrical experience. The roar of the explosions shaking the theater is something I'll never forget, even if Gotham technically should have been filmed at MetLife Stadium since it's supposed to be New York. Seeing Cillian Murphy return as Dr. Jonathan Crane, now acting as a twisted judge, was the perfect way to include him in all 3 films. The reveal of Miranda Tate as Talia al Ghul, with Bane as her protector rather than the true mastermind, is one of Nolan's boldest narrative choices. Alfred leaving Bruce is another huge risk that raises the emotional stakes significantly. Bruce's final sacrifice, even knowing he fixed the autopilot, still lands emotionally and completes his arc beautifully. Some of my favorite quotes in the film include, "No one cared who I was till I put on the mask," said by Bane. "So that's what that feels like," said by Batman. "If you want to save the world, you have to start trusting it," said by Miranda Tate. And the most memorable quote, "You merely adopted the dark, I was born in it, molded by it," said by Bane. My rating for the film is a 4.5 out of 5. My trilogy ranking is number 1, The Dark Knight, number 2, The Dark Knight Rises, and number 3, Batman Begins, since I personally prefer the villain Bane over Ra's al Ghul, and my biggest gripe with Batman Begins remains the overly choppy fight editing. The Dark Knight Rises receives a native 4K transfer with HDR10, but no Dolby Vision and no Dolby Atmos. The IMAX sequences are absolutely breathtaking, especially the opening plane hijacking over the mountains of Uzbekistan, the desert sequences in the Middle East, snow-covered Gotham during the film's final act. Skin tones look natural, details noticeably improved, and the IMAX scenes expand to fill the entire screen. Compared to the standard Blu-ray, the 4K presentation looks warmer, more lifelike, and more cinematic overall. Audio remains the same, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, the same track on the Blu-ray. While it's not Atmos, the bass from the explosions and low-end rumble still hits hard and sounds excellent. Special features are identical to the past Blu-ray release. My disc rating is a 3.5 out of 5. My disc rating of the trilogy, number 1, The Dark Knight, number 2, The Dark Knight Rises, and number 3, Batman Begins. There are multiple different ways you can buy The Dark Knight Rises on 4K. One is this box set edition. There's also a separate version that looks just like this one. There's also a standalone 4K release. There's a 4K Steelbook box set, and then there's part of the Christopher Nolan collection. So right here we have the front, the spine of the box set, the back, the spine of the individual discs. I'll take out the film, show off that spine, and then open it up real quick. We have Bane on the 4K on the right side. Left side is the special features disc, which is a Blu-ray disc. And then when I pop that out, you can see Bane is on the Blu-ray movie disc. Go ahead and put that back. When you pop in the special features Blu-ray disc, you can hear some of the score from the film, which I have muted so I don't get a copyright or anything. Audio, we do have English. Subtitles, we have English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. And special features, we have the Batmobile, Ending the Night, Trailer Archive, and Print Campaign Art Gallery. And one last thing I will say, when you put the 4K disc in, it does play scenes from the film instead of this still image. What do you think of The Dark Knight Rises, and where does it rank for you among Christopher Nolan's Batman films? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thanks so much for everything, and go watch The Dark Knight Rises today.